Hi, ArcfieldWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday morning, June the 16th. It's been quite a cool stretch of weather in much of the Mid-Atlantic region over the last few days, especially those areas north of the Mason-Dixon line, north of the Pennsylvania-Maryland border. On Sunday, Father's Day, for example, Philadelphia reached a high temperature of 64 degrees. The normal high right now at PHL is 84 degrees, so nearly 20 degrees below normal for Father's Day. Similarly, cooler than normal conditions up across New York City and points to the north and east of there. DC a little bit warmer, but still below normal temperatures for this time of the year. And they have received a ton of rainfall in parts of the Washington, D.C. metro area, especially those areas to the west of the downtown D.C. area, those Virginia suburbs off to the west. All kinds of nearly stationary moving heavy showers and thunderstorms over the last few days. Looks like it stays quite cool today, but it gets much warmer in that D.C., Philadelphia, New York City corridor by Wednesday, perhaps pushing 90 degrees in some spots on Wednesday afternoon, and then into the 90s likely for Thursday afternoon ahead of a strong cold front. That strong cold front could produce some strong to severe thunderstorms in the Mid-Atlantic region by late Thursday night time frame. Looking ahead, we'll kind of get a sneak peek at early next week, and I think there will be a run to 100 degrees in that D.C. to Philadelphia, New York City, Boston corridor by early next week. We're looking at perhaps near 100 degrees Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, maybe even Wednesday of next week. Let's start off here by taking a look at the possibility for severe weather later today into tonight. And we talked about this last week, how a clash will develop in the middle part of the nation here on a Monday with some cooler than normal air pushing into warm and humid air. And indeed, we have a pretty good chance for strong to severe thunderstorms out across the central and northern plains later today into tonight. Stays quite active in that part of the nation on Tuesday. In fact, let's push ahead here. This is the Tuesday probability for severe weather. Similarly, out across the central plains, some strong thunderstorms can make their way all the way into the southern mid-Atlantic region on Tuesday. We'll go out a little farther in time. And here we go on Wednesday. We're starting to see kind of a pattern associated with a strong cold front right here. Later Wednesday night, there'll be a cold front moving in from the northwest to the southeast. And by the time we get to Thursday, that threat area ends up right around the D.C., Philadelphia, New York City corridor. Right in this area right here, I believe there will be that threat of strong to severe thunderstorms. Again, we're talking late Thursday night time frame. Well, an active weather pattern continues here for the next several days across much of the eastern two-thirds of the nation. Here is a vorticity maxima as we begin the day here on Monday morning, right across the northern plains, in this particular case situated right over North Dakota. This is the area later today into tonight where there certainly can be some severe thunderstorm activity. And again, an active weather pattern will kind of move quickly here over the next several days. You have little areas of vorticity up across the Mississippi Valley region, the Ohio Valley, next 24 to 48 hours or so. By the time we get into the middle of the week, really start to see an impressive upper level vortex here associated with an incoming strong cold front. This is the midday Wednesday forecast map. That cold front right here kind of slides off to the south and east right in this area come Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. And again, I think this could produce some strong to severe thunderstorms, places like D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, late in the day on Thursday into Thursday night time frame. We'll keep moving forward in time and watch a important change in the pattern here over the upcoming weekend. Here's now Saturday afternoon into Sunday morning. Notice right here we see the signs of a strong ridge developing right over the Tennessee Valley region. Indeed, there will be a surge of heat first on the west side of that high into the central plains, into the Mississippi Valley region. And then I think by the time we get to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week, we have some hot weather coming. Hottest weather of the season so far, all the way from D.C. to Boston. And again, I think there could even be a run to 100 degrees in that I-95 corridor region sometime during the early to middle part of next week. We'll go out a little bit farther in time, and here we go by a week from right now, Monday of next week, and we have this strong upper level ridge, this time situated over the eastern states. It's been the pattern where there's been strong ridge centered over the interior west with a lot of hot weather. This, at least for a few days, shifts into the eastern states. And again, I think we're looking at Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, perhaps Wednesday of next week, a run at 100 degrees, places like D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, and Boston. We have several days before we get there. We'll certainly monitor that possibility closely over the next few days. Well, let's take a look at the temperature pattern here. Specifically, we're looking at 850 millibar temperature anomalies beginning the day here on Monday, June the 16th. And again, a little bit of a clash here setting up right in this part of the nation today with normal to even below normal conditions in the middle northern Mississippi Valley region with some very warm weather here sliding into the south and east. And this whole area right here can end up with the production of some strong to severe thunderstorms later today into tonight. So you have nearly normal or below normal, warmer than normal, clashing with another area below normal conditions here. And again, watch out in this part of the nation later today into tonight. Kind of a similar pattern here on Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, with that clash right in this area right here with warmer than normal, just ahead of some colder than normal air, and it's moving in this fashion here. So this is kind of an active area over the next 48 hours or so. Now, we'll move forward in time into the middle of the week. Very warm conditions by Wednesday afternoon, much, much warmer than today. Places like D.C., Philadelphia, New York City. It'll be hard-pressed to escape the 60s today in Philadelphia, for example. Probably a high temperature near 70 degrees, but we're talking 85 to 90 by the time we get to Wednesday afternoon. And then we'll start to see that next cold front right here really show up right in this area come midday on Thursday with a lot of cooler than normal air to the north and west of that frontal system and warmer than normal air out ahead of it. By Thursday afternoon, it could be the lower 90s. New York City, Philadelphia, D.C., and again, this is the area right in here setting up for the possibility of severe thunderstorms late Thursday night time frame out ahead of that strong cold front. We'll move forward a little bit in time here. By the time we get to Friday, that front is off, and then over the upcoming weekend, here we are on Saturday. Notice this much above normal temperatures here out over the central and northern plains. This is the surge of heat that expands into the east with that upper level ridge really building over the eastern states by Sunday, Monday of next week. Let's clear the deck here and go out a little bit farther in time. And here we go by Sunday, and then Monday right here. This is a week from right now. Next Monday, the 23rd, will go all the way out into Tuesday of next week. And again, this could be a hot stretch of weather in that part of the nation, the northeastern quadrant. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, potentially Wednesday as well. And the I-95 corridor region from D.C. to Philly to New York to Boston could take a run at 100 degrees during that early to middle next week time period here. It's not the end of the colder than normal air mass. You notice out across the western states here by next Tuesday, a lot of cooler than normal conditions out across western Canada and the western U.S. Well, let's wrap up with the surface forecast maps here. Generally dry conditions this morning up across Pennsylvania. There is an area of showers and thunderstorms in northern Maryland. Could extend into southern Pennsylvania over the next few hours. Certainly still some unsettled and cool conditions in the Mid-Atlantic region. Any one of these showers, especially south of the Pennsylvania-Maryland border, can produce some brief downpours. Any thunderstorm that develops over the next several hours, again, especially across Virginia and Maryland, south of the Mason-Dixon line. There can be some heavy downpours. Then we go into the day on Tuesday, still unsettled throughout the eastern third of the nation, into the day on Wednesday. And much warmer conditions again on Wednesday afternoon. We're talking pushing 90 degrees in some spots. That will be closer to 70 degrees today in the Mid-Atlantic region's I-95 corridor region. Then we get into the day on Wednesday night and Thursday, and here is that strong cold front right here. By the time we get to Thursday morning, we'll have certainly cooler than normal air pushing across the central and western Great Lakes from the northwest and the southeast. At the same time, we'll have very, very warm and humid air situated across the eastern seaboard. I can see the lower 90s in some spots of the I-95 corridor region on Thursday afternoon out ahead of that cold front. And here we go by midday on Thursday, and then by Thursday night. Some of this can include some strong to severe thunderstorm activity in the Mid-Atlantic region, right along that I-95 corridor region from D.C. to Philadelphia to New York City, potentially Boston as well late in the day on Thursday. That front then slides off the coast on Friday, and the weekend starts off sunny, very warm, much of the Mid-Atlantic region, and here is that surge of heat by the time we get to Saturday. A broad fetch of air from the southwest U.S. all the way into the western Great Lakes. Go out a little bit farther in time, and that surge of heat makes its way all the way into the eastern states. Here we are on Sunday, and remember, we saw that strong upper-level ridge building right in this part of the nation by the time we get to Sunday, Monday time frame of next week, and that is when the heat really begins here. Again, this is next Monday, a week from right now. We could certainly see a surge to 95 or 100 degrees early to middle part of next week in the D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, Boston corridor. That's it for now for ArcFieldWeather.com. This has been meteorologist Paul Dorian.